It is official. Deion Sanders is the next head coach of the CU Buffs football team, and this level of excitement is back for the first time since the glory days of the 80s and the 90s.
And this morning we are lucky enough to be joined by former CU quarterback Charles Johnson. He led the Buffs to their 1991 win in the Orange Bowl, giving CU their first and only national championship. So you know a little thing or two about what we're talking about here this morning. I think it's safe to say.
You know all about the glory days.
Well, I mean, there were some glory days, and we did enjoy some success in the football field. The news is big, and it's bigger than just football. The business of college athletics has changed so much that someone like Deion, a figure like Deion, showing up on campus really puts you on a different level, and it puts CU back in the game, not just as a competitive football team, but as a destination for invitations to some of the big boy parties, if you know what I mean, from a business perspective.
I mean, there's so much, like we were hearing, the excitement, right, about kind of turning things around for this program. What do you think he will be bringing to the team that's going to make that a long-term trajectory?
Well, I think already the rules to some degree have changed. And so part of the challenge for CU in years past was the difficulty in getting student athletes who transferred from other institutions to be eligible to accept an invitation from a CU football coach to participate. That's changed. That's huge because it allows CU to compete against some of the best schools in the nation for some of the top student athletes.
I have to ask, because there was a lot of speculation that this was going to happen in the first place. Part of that speculation, now that we know that it's confirmed that he's coming, was that he was going to kind of be bringing a secret weapon with him, which is his son, which was such a big part of the success they had there at Jackson State. Last night, his son tweeted a single emoji, just had wide eyes. I'm wondering, is that something we can expect as well?
I would imagine so. Blood is thicker than water. I mean, family first, right? And so I think Deion has two sons that participated or played at Jackson State. It would not shock me one bit if they were CU Buffs next year.
All right.
Okay, you were talking about the changes of recruitment, right? Can you talk a little bit about the struggle CU was facing with that? And, when would we start to see those changes and impacting the team in a positive way, you think?
I think in
now?
about I think that the transfer portal, again, the rules have changed so much over the years. The transfer portal, I think, opens tomorrow. And so as soon as tomorrow, you'll officially begin to see student athletes who are looking to transfer from whatever school they may be at now to go to a new destination. I think Deion Sanders obviously makes CU a very attractive option for a number of those young student athletes. So immediately, I think we'll begin to see the impact immediately.
Yeah, that's exciting. As we mentioned, of course, there was a lot of speculation. Yesterday, we got it confirmed. What were your thoughts? Did you let out any whoops and hollers, whenever you heard this yesterday?
I was excited. Look, there were a number of I think, really qualified, as Rick George, the athletic director, mentioned, candidates. But again, Deion Sanders takes this to a different level. I don't know that we're having this conversation today, but for Deion Sanders himself being named the head coach for the University of Colorado. So I think that's true nationally. I'm getting calls from friends all across the country saying, wow, CU's back. Not so fast, but certainly we're on the right track. So I'm excited, as is Buff, nation across the country.
And Deion Sanders fans just in general.
That's exactly right. Again, I mean, he has such a brand. But what I'm really excited about as well is his leadership. He's a leader of young men, young women. He has a message. He's authentic. And I think there's so much that those young student athletes and students across the campus will gain from his presence.
I mean, that's what the athletic director was talking about, was his connection to the students itself that he's really excited about.
No, that's exactly right. And you can see on your lead-in how excited students were, late at night, early in the morning, whatever it was, meeting him at the airport, a cold out. And that's the kind of energy he brings. And that's what's been absent from CU for at least a decade now. And so I think brighter days are ahead of us.
All right. We like the sound of that. Charles Johnson,
Go Buffs.
thanks so much for being with us.
My pleasure. Thank you.